How do we go about ordering the most, I guess, the most minimum products that we possibly can when it comes to placing our order through Alibaba or through any other manufacturer? Well, one of the most important things that you don't want to do is you do not want to say straight out what is your minimum order. And you do not want to say straight out, I only need 100 or 200 units or anything like that at all. Firstly, it's not only going to make you look like an amateur seller, which you don't want to do, but it's also going to work against you if you actually start that conversation that way. So what you want to be doing is you want to be asking for a price breakdown, right? So this is a very, very important question that you need to ask them. And the reason why you want to ask this is actually a few reasons. And the first reason is when you're asking for a price breakdown and you're telling them that can you give me a price breakdown if I was to order 100 units, 300 units, 500 units, or 1,000 units? Now, the first thing they're thinking is, well, they don't know if you're interested in 1,000 units or 100 units, right? So they're not going to label you as a small seller or anything like that. But what's going to actually happen is when they come back to you with their price list, so this could be, let's say, I don't know, 9, this could be maybe 11, this could be maybe 13. And then what actually happens is if they complete the whole price breakdown, including giving you the price for that 100 units, it means now you know they're willing to do 100 units, and that is their MOQ without actually even telling them that. Now, if they come back with the price breakdown, and let's say this wasn't there, so they only gave you pricing of 3, 5, not 1,000 units, then you know their MOQ is going to be around about 300 units, right? So this is a really, really good way of finding out the MOQ without actually telling them, hey, can you do 100 or 200 units or anything like that at all? But it also allows you to negotiate now based on those price breakdown prices. So you know that they'll be willing to go all the way to $9, right? And that's something that can be negotiated. Now, obviously, if you're ordering 300 units, right, and that's what you want to get, I probably wouldn't negotiate on your first order. I don't recommend doing that. And the reason why is you want to start the relationship with being different to any other seller. You want to look a lot more professional. And not only that, but if your product doesn't actually qualify in terms of profit margins for that, and you need that extra dollar or $2 off per unit, it's probably not going to be the right product for you anyway, right? So that's an important thing. So I like to start relationships with the manufacturers by doing a price breakdown and then actually not negotiating my pricing. And usually they'll bend over backwards for you a lot more. And it also ensures that the quality of the product actually stays the same through the manufacturing process also, because if you do push them too much initially in that first order, they might start taking shortcuts, and that's not what you want to actually do. All right, so that's the importance of asking for a price breakdown. That's how you find out what your MOQ is. And again, wouldn't really negotiate. It's up to you if you wanted to do that. If your price of the product for an extra dollar paying for a manufacturer doesn't work, then it's probably not the right product to actually look at, right? So another thing is what you're actually going to get is a lot of the times when you are ordering, and let's say the 300 units, that's their minimum MOQ, but you want to get packaging for your product. So you want to get some really nice packaging for your product, right? What's going to happen is they're going to say to you, well, the MOQ for the packaging is 500 units, right? So we cannot do 300 units for your product. They're going to say we need to do 500 units for your product. So this is another way of them actually it's a negotiation tactic that they actually have, and it works a lot on a lot of the new sellers, right? So it's important to note if you're ordering 300 and you want to get packaging, they are going to say to you they can't do the packaging because the MOQ is 500. What you say to them is this: you say to them, no problem, I will order 500 cartons or 500 packaging, and I still want my 300 units, and that 200 units of packaging I want it either stored or I want it shipped out to me or to a warehouse or whatever it is. It's going to be a lot cheaper doing that, right, than ordering those extra 200 units for the product that you probably don't need just yet, right? So it's extremely important to separate the two. the manufacturer will not separate the two. When you tell them you want packaging with your product, they're going to try to increase the amount of units that you actually order. And the way they're going to word it is they're going to say, well, our minimum order is 500 units if you want it with packaging. And you say, no, I still want 500 units packaged. Send me the 200 or keep them at storage, but I still want to order that 300 units. So that's an extremely important tip for you. Also, another thing is this. So let's say the manufacturer comes back and they say, well, their MOQ is 1,000 units, right? That's the least that they can possibly do. So they come back for price breakdown. They only have a price in the 1,000 unit category, but you want to test that product out. Then what you can actually do is you can pay more per unit, but order less. So you can turn around to them and say, look, if I order, so let's say 1,000 units is, what is it, $9. What you can do is you can turn around to them and say, look, I'm obviously testing the market. My first product, I want to launch it. I want to build a relationship with you. I'm going to order a lot more, but I need that 300 units to test that market. And for the 300 units, I'll be more than happy to pay you, $11 or whatever it is, right? So now what tends to happen is usually a lot of times if a manufacturer is very, strong on holding their actual MOQ, a lot of the times it's because that MOQ is needed for them to actually achieve the profit margins that they want. So what you have to counter that in, right? So if you're willing to pay a little bit more, but get the MOQ less, and if that works out within their actual budget, they're definitely going to say yes to you, right? So that's another strategy of decreasing your MOQ order, ordering less, and also a tip in terms of asking for the price breakdown, and then ensuring that you separate your packaging MOQ with the MOQ of your product. Hope you enjoyed that tip and look out for more.
Hey there, this is Neil-Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. I want to say a big thank you for watching this video. That video actually was from the regular Monday night Q&A session, excuse me, that I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. Over 2,500 of us now, and growing, by the way. We're the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs right here in Australia, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. Now, if you'd like to find out more about what we do at the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs and get yourself off there and come and join us, all you need to do is go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. AussieOnlineEntrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that, by the way, is underneath this video, and I will welcome you with open arms and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, have a good one. Bye.